Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today is Thursday, February 12th, 2026.
We are already midway through Q1. It's moving fast.
It really is. And, looking at the tech headlines this morning, it hit me. We are so firmly in the post-novelty era of artificial intelligence now.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember maybe 3 or 4 years ago, back in 23 or 24, how every time an AI model wrote a poem or, generated a picture of a cat in a spacesuit, it was front-page news.
I do. It was the magic trick phase. We were all just, staring at it, waiting for it to do a card trick or something.
Exactly. But today, here in 2026, the magic trick is completely over. We are not clapping anymore. We are living in a reality where AI is, for all intents and purposes, the operating system of the internet.
It's the water we swim in.
It's the water we swim in. And that shift from shiny toy to just, invisible utility is actually where things get really dangerous for businesses.
That is the perfect setup for what we are covering today, because when a technology becomes invisible, people stop questioning how it works.
Right.
They just trust it. They lean on it. And in the world of media buying, advertising, marketing, spending money to get customers, that blind trust has become a massive, massive liability.
So we are digging into a fascinating piece of research that just landed.
Yeah.
It's a white paper titled The 2026 Guide to AI-Driven Media Buying. And we've got our hands on the March 2026 preview edition. So we are technically getting a look at the playbook a few weeks before it hits the mainstream.
And this document is heavy. It is not a fluff piece about how to write better prompts.
Yeah.
It's essentially an intervention for business owners, for CMOs, and for media buyers who are all sitting there wondering why their dashboards look green, but their bank accounts don't.
And intervention is a great way to put it, because the core premise, the mission of this deep dive, is to answer a question that I think keeps a lot of people up at night.
Okay.
If Google's Gemini and Meta's Llama models are baked into everything, right? If they handle the targeting, the bidding, the creative.
Yeah.
If we have literal supercomputers managing our ads,
Yeah.
why isn't everyone rich?
That is the trillion-dollar question, isn't it?
I'm serious, though. If the tools are supposed to be perfect, why does getting actual, tangible business results feel harder in 2026 than it did in, say, 2021? Why does the digital world feel like this endless sea of sameness?
It's a paradox. And the white paper sums it up with a concept we're going to spend some real time on today. Saturation.
Saturation.
When everyone has a superweapon, nobody has an advantage.
It's the bazooka at a knife fight problem, but you look around and realize everyone else brought a bazooka too.
Precisely. And the thesis we're going to unpack, and this is the part that might require you, our listeners, to kind of rewire your brains a bit, is that in 2026, the competitive advantage is no longer the tool.
It's not the software.
It's not the algorithm. It is the human-centric DNA you feed into the machine.
Human-centric DNA. That sounds almost counterintuitive in a tech conversation. We usually talk about data or scale or velocity. But you're saying the human element is the bottleneck. Or the key.
I'm saying the robot is only as good as the instructions it gets. And right now, most people are giving the robot absolutely terrible instructions.
Okay, so let's get into the reality on the ground. Section 1 of this research calls it the new default, surrendering control. Walk us through what the landscape actually looks like right now.
Well, think about the workflow shift. If you rewind to 2022 or 2023, you were in the cockpit. You were a pilot.
Right.
You were toggling manual bidding. You were setting specific bid caps. You were explicitly telling the platform, target men aged 25 to 40 who like baseball and live in Chicago. You were giving direct orders.
I remember those late nights. Adjusting bids by 3 cents because you thought you could outsmart the auction. A lot of ego involved.
A lot of ego and a lot of work. And now that cockpit is gone. Or I should say the controls are all disconnected. The white paper notes that AI-driven media buying is now the default operating mode. It's not a feature you turn on anymore. It is the baseline. It's just how things work.
But wait, is it really no choice? Can't I still go in and manually target if I really want to?
You can try, but the platforms basically penalize you for it. They make it harder. Look at Google. Their entire ecosystem is built on modeled conversions.
Okay, let's pause there. What exactly is a modeled conversion for people not in the weeds?
It's a guess, an educated guess. Since we don't have cookies tracking everyone everywhere anymore, Google can't always see the final purchase. So it looks at a user's behavior and says, this person didn't convert, but they look and act exactly like thousands of other people who did convert.
So it fills in the blanks.
It fills in the blanks. And the main engine for this is Performance Max PMax, which is the absolute standard now. If you try to run an old-school manual campaign alongside PMax, PMax will usually just cannibalize it.
So you're fighting yourself.
You're fighting the system. You don't tell PMax who to find. You give it a credit card, a URL, and a goal, and you just let it go. It uses machine learning to figure out the rest. It's a black box.
In Meta, is the same animal, just a different name. Advantage plus sum.
Exactly the same philosophy. Advantage Plus doesn't use fixed rules. It doesn't care about your neat little audiences you built. It uses what they call real-time liquidity.
Liquidity.
It reallocates your budget second by second, based on where it predicts the next conversion will come from. It's fluid. It moves faster than a human ever could. It's not about preset rules. It's about probability in the moment.
Now, playing devil's advocate here for a second. From a pure workflow perspective, isn't this amazing?
On the surface, yes.
The friction is zero.
Mm-hmm.
I can launch a campaign in 5 minutes that used to take me 5 hours of painstaking setup. Why is this a problem?
It is efficient, yes. It saves time. But the white paper argues there is a massive, massive cost to that ease. When the platforms reduce manual controls, you stop driving the car.
Right.
You punch in a destination, say, get me leads, and you get in the back seat. You are a passenger, and you just have to hope the car knows the best route.
But the car might decide the best route involves driving through a swamp because it's technically a few feet shorter on the map.
Or driving in circles around the block because it counts passing a house as a success. And we will get to that specific failure mode in a minute.
Okay.
But the data absolutely supports this total takeover. They reference eMarketer data from late 2025 showing that the vast majority of total digital ad spend is now completely controlled by these automated systems. We have surrendered the steering wheel.
And that ubiquity, the fact that everyone is in the backseat of the same self-driving car, that leads directly to the second big problem identified in the text, the sea of sameness.
This is something we all feel as consumers, right? You don't need to be a marketer to notice this.
Oh, absolutely. I scroll through my feed and every ad just looks correct.
Yeah.
You know, the lighting is perfect, the copy is grammatically flawless, the landing pages load instantly.
Flawless execution.
But it all feels so interchangeable. It feels like generic content sludge. There's no personality, no rough edges.
That's the polished but interchangeable problem. But the white paper goes deeper than just the aesthetics of it all. It introduces a term that I think is absolutely crucial for our listeners to understand. Signal commoditization.
Okay, that definitely sounds like jargon. Let's break that down for everyone. What is signal commoditization?
It's an economic problem applied to data. So imagine a crowded room. You are an advertiser, and you're trying to find people who want to buy expensive watches.
Okay. I'm looking for the fancy watches. Got it.
In the old days, you used your intuition, I used mine. We looked for different clues, the suit, the shoes, the conversation. But now, imagine every single advertiser in that room is wearing the exact same pair of augmented reality glasses.
Oh, I see where this is going.
And those glasses are programmed by Google and Meta. They are designed to highlight the exact same people based on the exact same behavioral signals.
So we all rush the same 3 guys in the corner because they have the glowing red dot over their heads from the glasses.
Exactly. And what happens to the price to talk to those 3 guys?
It skyrockets.
It skyrockets. That is the auction pressure cooker. When thousands of advertisers use the same brain, the same automated bidding systems optimizing for the same goals, your differentiation dies. You aren't outsmarting the competition anymore. You are just outbidding them for the exact same signals.
But why are the signals all the same? I mean, the algorithms are supposed to be super smart. Can't they find different pockets of people? Why is Gemini or Llama focusing on the same small group?
This is where we have to get a little technical about how these models actually learn. The white paper explains that AI media buying relies on predictive modeling using probabilistic signals.
Probabilistic, meaning it's guessing.
It's educated guessing, yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have deterministic data, you know, the third-party cookies that tracked you everywhere. We knew for a fact you visited a certain site.
That's gone.
But with all the privacy laws and browser changes over the last few years, it's mostly gone. So now the AI looks at a user and says, this user looks like someone who converts. It's pattern matching.
And how does it verify that guess? How does it know if its pattern matching is right?
Feedback loops. And this right here is the trap. The AI favors signals that are frequent and easy to model.
Speed matters.
Speed is everything to an algorithm. Think about the math. A click happens instantly. A form fill happens in seconds. A closed deal or a loyal lifetime customer takes weeks or months to materialize.
So the AI gets impatient. It wants data now.
It's not even impatience, it's just statistical validity. The algorithm learns faster from high-volume, low-friction events. If I can get 1,000 data points from clicks in an hour, my model converges and learns much faster than if I have to wait for one single sale in a week.
Yeah.
So inherently, the system biases itself towards shallow engagement. It prioritizes the easy wins because that provides immediate data validation for its models. It learns from what's easy to measure.
This explains so much. I mean, it explains why we see so much clickbait. The system literally rewards
It rewards the click, not the customer. It rewards the action that happens now, not the value that happens later.
So we've established a system that is fundamentally biased towards speed and volume, not depth or quality. Which leads us directly into section 3 of the paper, the efficiency illusion, this whole volume versus value debate.
This is the most common complaint cited in the source from advertisers here in 2026. It's the one I hear every day. I have rising lead volume, but declining quality.
I hear this constantly.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend who runs a B2B service agency. He was showing me his dashboard. Hey, look at this. We got 500 leads last month for $2 each. He was ecstatic.
Of course, the graph was going up and to the right.
Exactly. And then a week later, I happened to talk to his sales director.
And let me guess, the sales director was not quite so ecstatic.
She was screaming. She said, these are not leads, these are bots, or students doing research for a paper, or people who thought they were signed up to win a free iPad. The sales team was wasting all their time.
And here is the hard, cold truth that the expert analysis points out in this white paper. The AI is not broken. It is doing exactly what your friend told it to do.
Malicious compliance.
100%. He told the system, get me conversions at the lowest possible cost. The system went out into the vast ocean of the internet, found a pocket of users, maybe people who just love filling out forms, the tire kickers, and it mined that pocket dry.
It did its job.
It succeeded in the objective he gave it. The failure wasn't the tool. The failure was the definition of success he provided.
Precisely. There was a reference here to a Gartner study from back in 2024 that I thought was fascinating and really prescient.
Yes, I have that highlighted as well.
Gartner pointed out that AI reinforces existing patterns. It's really good at optimization, but it struggles to introduce meaningful variation.
Right. It finds a rut like cheap leads from people who like free iPads, and it digs that rut deeper and deeper and deeper because that's where the math works. That's where it gets its positive reinforcement.
It doesn't have the strategic capability to step back and say, hey, these leads are cheap, but they aren't buying anything. Maybe I should look for more expensive leads who actually have money and buyer intent.
It can't do that on its own. And even Google Ads, Help Their Own documentation from 2025 basically admitted this.
We did. It was a very subtle admission, but it was huge.
It was. They acknowledged that their automated bidding prioritizes conversion likelihood, meaning the statistical probability that someone will click the button, not necessarily buyer intent.
That is a massive distinction. Likelihood to convert versus intent to buy.
It's everything. Think about it. A person with zero money in their bank account might have a very high likelihood to convert on a free ebook download. They love free stuff. They click instantly. The AI loves them.
Right. High signal, low value.
Exactly. Now, take a CEO with $1 million budget. She might have a very low, unpredictable likelihood to convert on that first touch. She sees an ad, she clicks, she leaves. She comes back 3 days later through research. She reads a blog post. She talks to her CFO. She takes 3 weeks to make a decision.
To the AI, she looks like a bad user. She's inefficient. She messes up the model.
The AI hates the CEO because she ruins the cost per lead metric. The tire kicker is efficient. The high-value client is inefficient. And since the default setting of the entire system is maximize efficiency, it optimizes for the tire kicker and it actively ignores the CEO.
That is genuinely terrifying.
Yeah.
Because we are optimizing our businesses straight into bankruptcy. We have these beautiful metrics on the dashboard, but the actual health of the business is rotting from the inside out.
That is the efficiency trap. You are efficiently acquiring customers who will never pay you.
So if the tools are all doing this to everyone, if PMax and Advantage Plus are just these hyper-aggressive efficiency machines that drive everyone toward the same cheap leads, then the tools themselves can't be the strategy anymore.
And that brings us to section 4 of the paper. Tools are table stakes.
Table stakes, I like that. Like you need chips to sit at the poker table, but just having chips doesn't mean you're going to win the hand.
Exactly. Having access to these AI tools is just the bare minimum entry fee to advertise online in 2026. It's not a competitive advantage. The source references Platform Roadmap's Meta in 2025, talking about their goal of near total automation, Google positioning AI as an agent-like core operating system.
Agent-like. That sounds like they want the software to just run your business for you.
They do. They want to remove the human friction. But think about the consequence. If the software runs everyone's business and the software is standardized for efficiency,
Then every business starts to act the same.
it creates the standardization trap.
Yeah.
Everyone is fishing in the same corner of the pond with the same bait for the same fish.
There was a McKinsey insight from 2024 mentioned here that I think just nails it. He said, AI delivers performance gains only when supported by clearly defined strategic intent.
Clearly defined strategic intent, that is the missing piece. Most people just plug the machine in and hope for the best. They don't provide the intent.
I love the race car analogy the paper uses here. It really made this click for me.
It's a great visual, isn't it?
So if we all have the exact same Formula One car, let's say we all have the 2026 Red Bull car, same engine, same tires, same incredible top speed, who wins the race?
It's not the one with the car.
No, it's the driver. It's the one who knows the track, the one who knows when to brake on a tight corner, when to accelerate on the straightaway, and how to navigate the curves. The car is just the vehicle for the driver's strategy.
The car is the execution. The driver is the intent.
So let's talk about the driver.
Yeah.
Because the paper argues pretty forcefully that the media buyer, the traditional definition of that role, is dead. The person who just logs in and pushes buttons and pulls levers is obsolete.
Totally obsolete. If your job description is, I manually adjust bids and upload banner ads, you do not have a job in 2026. The AI does that better, faster, and cheaper than any human ever could.
So what replaces them? Section 5 introduces this new role, this new mindset, the system architect.
This is the pivot point of the entire deep dive. This is the solution. If AI handles the execution, the 3.00 AM bidding, the creative resizing, the thousands of micro decisions every minute, then humans must handle the strategy.
We have to provide that human-centric DNA.
We have to.
Okay, so define that for me. What is human-centric DNA in a digital advertising context? It sounds a little fluffy.
It's not fluffy at all. It's actually the only thing that separates a profitable campaign from a money pit. It's the set of inputs that automation literally cannot generate on its own.
Like what? Give me specifics.
Buyer psychology. Why do people actually buy your product? Is it because it gives them status? Does it solve a deep fear? Is it about greed, love? The AI doesn't know why. It just knows that a click happened. It can't distinguish between a click out of idle curiosity and a click out of desperation for a solution.
So the human has to supply the why, the motivation.
Yes. And the business reality versus metric reality. This one is huge.
Explain that one.
Okay, metric reality is what the dashboard says. Cost per acquisition is down 10%. Great. The machine is happy.
Green arrows everywhere.
Green arrows. But business reality is we are out of stock on the specific item you're pushing. Or these customers all churn after 1 month. Or this discount offer is cannibalizing sales from our premium high-margin product. The AI is completely blind to the business reality unless a human bridges that gap and feeds it back into the system.
There's a case study here that proves that isn't just theory, it's about Publicis.
Yes, this was just last week. Reuters, February 3rd, 2026. Publicis, one of the biggest agency holding companies in the world, forecast 7 straight years of outperformance. That is just huge in the agency world.
And their secret wasn't firing all their strategists and just letting the AI run wild.
Exactly the opposite. They credited their success to pairing AI infrastructure with strong strategic oversight. They explicitly said they did not rely on automation alone. They used the machine to execute a human-devised strategy.
Humans plus machines.
No, it's humans directing machines. It's a hierarchy.
Okay, so let's get practical. Let's say I'm listening to this, and I want to be a system architect. I'm tired of being the passenger in the back of the car. What do I actually do? The source breaks this down into 3 core pillars. This is the playbook.
This is the playbook.
Pillar 1, funnel architecture.
This is all about resisting the flattening the world. As we said, Google and Meta want to treat every user as if they're ready to buy right now because that's the most efficient path to a conversion event.
They want to flatten the customer journey into a pancake.
A pancake! Perfect. But real humans don't work like that. I don't see a stranger on the street and propose marriage.
Hopefully not. And most people don't buy a $500 piece of software on the first click from an Instagram ad.
Right. Humans need awareness. They need consideration. They need to build trust. A system architect's first job is to explicitly separate these objectives for the AI.
How do you do that in practice?
You build separate campaigns with separate goals. You build a campaign specifically for awareness, where the goal isn't a sale, it's a video view or a site visit. You are literally teaching the AI, hey, for this specific campaign, I don't care about ROAS, return on ad spend. I know I'm losing money on this specific ad, but I care about reach. Your job is to find new people who have never heard of us.
You are forcing the AI to respect the customer journey, rather than just trying to short-circuit it every single time.
Correct. You are compartmentalizing the AI's focus so it doesn't optimize for the wrong thing at the wrong time. You are saying, AI, your job today is introduction, not closing the deal. You give it a clear, simple job description.
I like that. It's like being a good manager.
Okay, so that's funnel architecture. Pillar 2, conversion intent. This feels like the direct fix for the lead quality problem we talked about earlier.
It is the antidote. It's the most powerful lever you have. You have to redefine what a conversion actually is for your business. You have to stop feeding the AI shallow, low-value signals.
So stop celebrating the download PDF button as a victory, unless that PDF download reliably leads to a sale 50% of the time. Yes, stop it. If you tell the AI that a PDF download is a success, it will get very, very good at finding you an audience of PDF collectors who never buy anything.
So what do we feed it instead? What's the good stuff?
You feed it high-intent signals, things that are much closer to actual revenue, a qualified sales call being booked, a second meeting scheduled, a user who spent more than 5 minutes on the pricing page, a demo request that came from a corporate email address, not a Gmail.
But wait, a practical question here. Those events happen way less often. We might only get 10 of those a week versus 500 PDF downloads. Won't the AI starve for data? Won't the algorithm break?
It might struggle at first, and that is the scary part for most advertisers. You have to be willing to see your volume metrics drop significantly in the short term to see your value metrics rise in the long term.
It's a test of nerve.
It is. You are forcing the AI to hunt for quality. You are starving it of the cheap dopamine hits, the easy clicks, and forcing it to work for the real meal, which is an actual paying customer.
It's like training a dog. You're training it to hunt for expensive truffles, not just dig random holes in the yard.
That's a perfect analogy. You are forcing the probabilistic model to look for a harder, rarer signal. And once it finds the pattern of that high-value user, it will scale that. But you have to have the discipline to force it to look there in the first place.
Discipline, that's the key word. And finally, pillar 3, creative direction.
My favorite. Because for the last 2 years, all we've heard is AI killed creative.
It does seem like it sometimes. I mean, I can go into a tool and generate an image of a cyberpunk coffee shop in 3 seconds. That used to take an artist hours.
See, AI didn't kill creative. It just killed mediocre production. That's the difference.
Okay, unpack that.
An AI can test 5,000 variations of an image. It can change the background color from blue to green. It can swap the model. It can change the headline font. It can resize it perfectly for reels and shorts and banners. It is an infinite testing and production machine.
But it can't come up with a big idea.
No. It cannot define the narrative. It cannot understand the cultural moment we're in. It doesn't have lived experience.
Give me a concrete example.
Okay, think about a campaign that taps into a specific anxiety people are feeling right now in early 2026, maybe the anxiety about AI taking their jobs. And AI can't feel that anxiety. It can't originate a campaign from a place of human empathy that says, we get it, take back control. It can only mimic what it has seen before. It's a remix machine, not an originator.
So the system architect has to provide the spark, the core human insight.
Yes. The value propositions, the audience insights, the emotional hooks that must come from us. If you give the AI a generic product description and just say, make me an ad, the output will be generic. And as we've already established in the sea of sameness, generic is invisible.
So the system architect builds the soul of the campaign, and the AI builds the body. Thousands of bodies, even.
Beautifully put. You define the playground, and the AI plays the game within those boundaries. But you have to be the one to build the fence.
You know, the Harvard Business Review had a piece way back in 2023 that basically predicted this exact scenario, didn't they?
They did, and looking back, they were spot on. They said AI needs human judgment to set boundaries and priorities.
That's it.
Humans define what success looks like. AI executes the plan to get there.
And if you don't define success, the AI will define it for you.
And it usually defines success as spending your entire budget as fast as humanly possible on the easiest people to find.
Lefts. Ain't that the truth? It is very, very good at spending money.
It's the best in the world at it.
So Stepping back,
Yeah.
looking at this entire landscape here in 2026, it feels like we went on a journey. We moved from manual buying, which was hard, tedious work. Then we swung the pendulum all the way over to full AI automation, which was easy, but created this commoditized, samey world where real results are harder than ever to come by.
A world of efficient mediocrity.
And now the winners are the ones who are swinging the pendulum back to the middle, layering that essential human strategy back on top of the powerful execution engine.
It's a full circle, but at a much higher level of abstraction. We aren't going back to manual bidding. We're going forward to strategic architecture.
AI is an amplifier. That, for me, is the core takeaway from this whole thing.
That's it. That's the whole show in 3 words. If your strategy is weak, if you don't really know who your customer is or what they care about or why they buy, the AI will amplify that confusion. It will scale your mediocrity to thousands and thousands of people instantly.
But if your strategy is sharp, if your insight is real,
Then the AI amplifies that brilliance in ways a human team never could. It finds the people you didn't even know existed, who perfectly fit the high-intent profile you designed. It's the ultimate scaler of good ideals.
So here's the thought I want to leave our listeners with today. As you go about your day, open your laptop, look at your ad dashboard, look at your marketing staff.
And ask yourself this one simple question.
Are you managing the machine, or is the machine managing you?
Are you the architect, or are you just the passenger hoping for the best?
The future isn't humans versus machines. We are so past that. That was the debate of 2024. In 2026, it's humans plus machines. But it only works if the human is the boss.
Be the boss.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Check your conversion settings, everyone. Don't let the robots win the strategy game. We'll see you in the next deep dive.
Take care.